English Concertina for Beginners. This is number 15 now. Okay. Now today we've had a look at the beginnings of reading music, but before we can make more progress with that, I want to really look at what is a major scale. What is the characteristic definition, if you like, of a major scale? Because when we know that, we can do a bit more on the reading music, and actually we can begin to explore the box a little bit more. So to start with, I'd like to pop over to the piano and explain something on there. Okay, well here we are back at the piano keyboard. Let's remind ourselves that this is the C here in front of the two white notes, okay? Now the C scale, let's have a look at what makes a major scale a major scale. We go from the C to the D, that's a whole tone. Then we go from the D to the E, that's a whole tone. Now look here, there's a semitone between the E and the F. Then we have a tone, a tone, a tone, and we finish off with that semitone. We did see that before. So in the major scale we have tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Okay, now bearing in mind tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. We can start anywhere on the piano keyboard. For example, if we start here on the D and go, there's the D, there's a tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. If I play it a little quicker, you'll recognise that is a major scale, and that's the D major scale. Let's have another look. Notice how we get two of the black notes coming in. Try to emphasise the two black notes. We get the F sharp here and get the C sharp here. Let's start on another note. Let's start on F. That's here. We need a tone followed by a semitone. So there's a semitone. Now we need a tone, a tone, a tone, and a semitone. So tone, 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 and luckily we've got that semitone at the top there. Let me play it a little more fluently. You can start on any note on the piano and create that major scale. Let's start on this note. Let's go tone, tone, semitone. So start there. Did you follow that? I played tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Let's look at it again. Start here. Okay, that was the major scale of E flat. You can start on any note. Let's start on this one. Tone, tone, semitone. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so a major scale is a tone, a semitone, a tone, a tone, a tone, a semitone. And on the concertina, we're going to have a look in F. So we're going to start with the F here. There's a note we've not yet played on the concertina, so we need to find that. Okay, let's go back over to the concertina and have a look at how that works in practice. Okay, welcome back. Now, we know where the C scale is. So if we count up from the bottom of the C scale, naming the notes, we can find our F note that we want to start with. C, and on the right hand end of the box with your middle finger, there's the F for the beginning of our scale. Now we just saw we need F, G, A. Now hopefully your middle finger has just gone to the B. It's not right. If you remember, we need the B flat. And if I hold my finger up, there's the B, and next to it on the outer row is the B flat. So there's the B, there's the B flat. So starting on the F again, F, G, A, B flat with that ring finger on the outer row. And then we know where C is. C, D, E, and F. Finishing with the F on the left hand end of the box. There we go. And you can tell I don't normally play F, and I'm using it intentionally to show you how I would approach playing in a new key. Okay, so let's start at the bottom again. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Why not pause the video and have a little play around on that F scale? It's different for us, isn't it? Because it's a scale that begins on the other end of the box. And of course, as I explained on the piano, scales can start on any note. On the concertina, you can pretty much get away with that. And the F is a nice one to use. And as I say, it starts on the other end of the box, so it's a new experience for us. Now, how would I start to get that scale under my fingers? Well, I'd go to some of the tunes we already know, like Go and Tell Aunt Nancy. It starts on the third note of the scale. So it starts there. In this key, it's the A note. B flat here. I promise I don't play in F. I'm doing this because I know the tune Go and Tell Aunt Nancy. I know it starts on the third note in the scale, and I can play it in other keys, so now I'm able to play it in the key of F. How about the Beethoven? That also starts on the third note in the scale. There we go, okay. What other things did we look at? Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, maybe, from the first note in the scale up to the fifth. And then down the scale. You see what I'm doing? I know tunes, I know melodies against the scale structure. And because I've chosen to play in the key of F here now, I can play them in the key of F. Go and Tell Aunt Nancy again was... I can play that in C, can't I? I know how to play it in G. Okay, so some of the tunes you already know, you're now able to play in different keys. The key of C, the key of G certainly, the key of F, starting on this end. The other scale that we looked at briefly on the piano was the scale of D, and you know that you need the F sharp and the C sharp. Starts on this right hand end of the box again. The scale of D, using two of the outer notes, the black notes. That's all we've got time for. You heard my little alarm go. Have a little play around with that F scale and the D scale before next time. Okay, bye.